Hello and welcome. To start creating this patch, I start with a box SOP. You can use anything instead of this box, like a sphere or 3D shape that we imported to the TouchDesigner. So yes, for now I am using this box. Get a null and right-click on the output of the null. Go to the Chop tab and SOP to chop. So this is the data of the position of points of this box that I can see in a graph. After that, I want to turn it into a top. So, right-click on the output, go to the top and chop to top. Now I have this image here. To receive 3D dimensional data, change the data format to RGB. And as you see, if I press V, I see the points of the box here are shown. 8 points are shown here with this image. So, basically this is the data of the SOP box as an image. After that, I want to use a tool from the palette. Open the palette, go to Tools and find the particleGpu. Then I underlap into the network. By default, it is showing leaves are falling. So, I have to do some settings to create what I want. First, go to the particleGpu parameters. Go to the layout and set the resolution. I set it to 1920 by 1080. So, it is more clear. Then, go to the material and change the material to line. And then, go to the particleGpu and turn off display bonds. So, now I have the white particles falling. To stop them from falling, go to the forces and decrease the magnitude of external force and turbulence magnitude to 0. So, they are fixed in their position. After that, connect the image created from the box to the first input of the particleGpu input, that is, particle source. So, the points are creating the box. Go to the particleGpu and move the camera as you want, or go back and go to the box parameters and increase the size to see it better. I need more particles to see the box fully. So, increase the burst number from the particleGpu parameters to something like 5000. That makes a solid line. Maybe I can use lower numbers like 1000. Actually, I have to decrease the life variance to 0 and life mean to something low like 1. So, the particles are being generated on the box. You can go to the forces and increase the amount of turbulence, or the external magnitude to create the effect like this, that particles are falling. But I want to make it 0 and change turbulence type to H. Now, the lines are emitting points. Actually, I want to increase the burst. Let's make it 5000 for now and increase the life. It's too much. And of course, you have to change the size to get what you want. They are too big. I want to make them smaller. So, make them smaller, and I think I have to increase the burst or the life. Leave it for now like this and go for the post processes. I want to add a feedback loop here. Add a feedback level and add them. I have set the target to OP for the feedback and lower the opacity of the level. Let's reset it. Add a null and get the preview. I think I have to decrease the opacity to make it clear. Now, I want to change the parameters a bit. I want to make them a little slower. So, increase the drag and decrease the speed to half. If you want longer feedback but you are bothered with these stains or something like that, add a level after the feedback loop. And slightly increase the contrast and increase the brightness if it's necessary. So, I don't have them now. You can use the second input of the particleGpu to set a color for the particles. For example, add a noise top and connect it to the second input. If I turn off the monochrome of the noise, new generated particles get a new color and I can modify it around the parameters. Or animate it for the zetter and slits to make random colors for the particles. For now, turn the monochrome on to have a white color for all the particles. I have to play with the parameters to find proper one to get proper movement for the particles. In the parameters of the particleGpu, I turn turbulence type to edge. So if you make the box SOP bigger or smaller, you can see different movements for the particles. Here I want to make it to its actual size and move the camera. Go to the particleGpu, double-click on it. It's using a camera from the tools, so I have to go to the panel and enable the mouse and keyboard to actually navigate here. Place the camera as you want. As you see, it's different than the bigger box. So, I have to correct my parameters, decrease the feedback, and of course I have to decrease the size of the particles. Go to the parameters and decrease the maximum to something like 7, or even a smaller 0.5. decrease the opacity of the feedback. Play around to find proper numbers for your purpose. I made the particles very, very small and increased the feedback. Maybe it's too small and I think there are too many particles. I can increase the birth and change the life. Consider that you can edit the main SOP like subdivide to add more divisions or add a noise SOP to make a movement. To work with that, you have to consider the life minimum. I have to increase the resolution if I want more clear particles with this size and these parameters. Let's make it double for the render. Beside the layout and the parameters, you have to go into the particleGpu and find the render SOP. Go to the command. You can change the resolution here, but I want to change it manually, same as the particleGpu parameters. So you can see the difference, and now I can add color or I can play with the parameters. It's more interesting now. I'm using line material for the particleGpu. I can go to the line material parameters and go to the points, and decrease the alpha a bit. And go to the command and you see it's on already. So there is a transparent effect on the particles. Go to the level parameters and do some post processes if you want. And of course you can change the noise color. They disappear because of the life. You have to decrease it to let the particles being generated before disappear. And this is it for now. Thank you for watching. See you